Guys, quite a bit of news in aviation. Not only did we see Boeing's order flow go positive earlier in the week, David, as you well know, American with that capital raise of $10 billion plus. That's going to be the largest ever for an airline. And then Southwest, the MAX is not only back in service at Love, but also these reports that they are close with Boeing to a fresh order, what would be the biggest order for the MAX since the grounding, on a week where Boeing, David, actually put out a release reiterating apologies for those crashes. And I think Ken Feinberg's going to start administering some compensation to victims or families of victims.
Yeah, Boeing shares are higher this morning, as we see. That offering from American, debt offering, was truly amazing. Just sort of showing the ability of these capital markets to soak up whatever you're bringing. I think, what was it, 5.5% is sort of on I think the 5-year. I'm not sure. I got to go over the numbers again, specifically, Mike, but it was extraordinary. I would mention, by the way, speaking of aviation, GE shares not showing much of anything one day after the announcement, of course, of that sale of its GCAS unit to AerCap. They're going to own 46% of the combined company, but it's selling off. Now, remember, it did move up based on reports of the potential deal, but it's given back everything at this point, I think, has GE. Of course, we think about aviation. We do think about that name, Mike. And then there's the 1-for-8 reverse stock split, too, which I guess at some point will take effect.
Yeah. And, you know, GE took back 3 years' worth of stock declines in a few months. So I think you have to kind of draw out the angle a little bit on that chart and see where it came from. And so it's not too surprising. You have this somewhat expected or handicapped sale. The reverse stock split's an interesting idea. I mean, people say, what's the point? Why do we want to do this? I always feel like we don't give enough weight to what the CEO is trying to signal to the employee base and trying to have a fresh start and trying to set new kind of mental markers of what achievement is. I remember when after Steve Jobs, Tim Cook split Apple shares, and they split it to a level that would make the former high in the stock 100. Right? So it had gone below 700. I think it was a 7-for-1 split. And so it's almost just sort of, it just rewires everyone's brain as opposed to anchoring GE stock on back when it was at 60 or whatever price employees have it. So on that basis, who knows? Maybe it makes sense. And plus, it's going the other way because we used to be in this sort of high share price fetish, and maybe we've come away from that a little bit with Tesla and Apple splitting again last year.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.